Star Wars 4, Verily, A New Hope by Ian Dosher. Act 2, Scene 1. Now enter I the scene of this boy's life. This boy, whom I have watched for many years, hath grown into the man before me now. My hope I now entrust to him alone, that he might be our sure deliverance, and yet this situation warrants care. I must approach with caution as we speak, and meet his questions as a trusted guide. My inner joy I must with patience hide, for certain 'tis it gives me great delight to see him now. His face, his golden hair. So long have I watched o'er him from afar, so many hours and days of my life spent in hopeful expectation of this one. In his beginning I shall find my end. This business shall reveal my final stage. Yet in my closing scenes perhaps I'll write a worthy ending to my mortal days. 'Tis possible that in this gentle one, the dream I've long awaited shall come true. So I'll compose a final act that shall accomplish two most worthy ends, to set the world aright and save this old man's soul. Well met, my little one. Almost I could my metal tongue release and speak to him. This man doth show sure signs of wisdom and experience. Beep, 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 squeak. Come hither, tiny friend, be not afraid. Beep, squeak, wee, woo! Nay, prithee, fret thou not, for he shall make a full recovery. Rest easy, lad, for thou hast had a fall, and more adventure hast thou seen today than many in a lifetime do. I say, thou catchest fortune's favor to survive a cruel attack from sand people most vile. But by this light, 'tis Ben Kenobi here. It fills my heart with joy and soothes my pain to meet thee. Aye, 'tis well. But let's go hence. The Jondlin wastes no place for travellers is. Now, prithee, good young Luke, say wherefore art thou here, and what strange errand bringeth thee? Herein where I am wont to dwell. This droid! Aye, truly, he hath brought me here. Beep, beep. It seemeth unto me that he doth search to find his former master, yet in all my days I ne'er have such devotion seen as this one showeth. From a droid! Yet he claims that he belongeth to a man named Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I thought perchance the man some relative of yours may be. Dost thou know any by such name? Oh, how the heart inside me breaks to hear that name I once was called so long ago. But happy fate that 'tis Luke's voice that calls. Aye, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, the name is like a song, yet whether glorious song of joy or else some dirge of bitter pain, I'm yet unsure. It is a name I have not heard for lo, these many, many years. A long, long time. My uncle knoweth Obi-Wan, he doth report to me the man is dead. Oh, and wretched knave, such base deceit, and yet I know full well why thou spokest. Should I have acted different in thy place? But nay, the man takes not his final step, at least unto this moment now, not yet. Then knowest thou him? Aye, verily I do. I know the man as if he were myself, for truly, aye, he is. This, Obi-Wan, dear Luke, 'tis I. By heaven's light! Beep, beep! I have not heard this name, this Obi-Wan, since ere thou thyself weren't born. Aye then, I see this little droid is bound to thee. I have no memory of owning such a droid as this. 'Tis curious indeed. Now, mark thee these my words, we must repair indoors to escape a second cudgeling here. The sand people do easily take flight, but soon they shall return with many more. Beep, 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 squeak! C-3PO! Where am I? Have I taken an ill-timed sleep step? In dreams I have seen visions of my death. 10,000 soldiers pranced upon my grave, and I alone, to face the murderous mass, could only weep at my untimely end. Peace, peace, good droid, thou art alive, fear not. Canst thou now stand? We quickly must depart before the sand people attack us here, and strive to make thy dream a reality. Oh, Whether dream or waking I know not, but go thee hence and save thyself, I pray. C-3PO by nightmare hath been slain. This droid shall quickly stretch his welcome thin. I shall not leave thee, droid, thou speakest sans sense. Come, come, I bear thee up, so argue not. What noble care he takes to soothe this droid. We must make haste or face them yet again. So hence, let us away into my den. Scene 2. Nay, thou art sure misled, O wise one, for my father hath not fought in any wars. Many full evenings as I lay abed, such tales I've heard of him I never knew. A navigator on a freighter ship which carried fragrant spices, yet hence to yon my father was, he kneweth not of wars. So hath thine uncle told thee. Marry, he did not agree with aught thy father told of his philosophy and brave ideals. Thine uncle, tethered to the land, did not believe thy father should become involved in matters of the stars and empires. Nay, what shall I tell of the father? Tell the child, if gentle Luke knew all that's known to me, I'll warrant he'd not understand the rhyme and reason for my words. And yet, what is it to lie? To tell the truth, all else be damned? Or else to tell perhaps a greater truth? Is it the truth to tell a boy each fact and thus deface his father's memory? Or have I spoken better truth to Luke when I about his father speak with pride? Aye, every child deserves a champion. Hast thou done battle in the Clone Wars? Aye, and once was I a Jedi Knight, the same as thy dear father. Oh, how tears well up within me for the loss of that dear man, whom never I did know, nor do, nor will. I tell thee truly, mongst the pilots he was e'er the greatest in the galaxy. He also was a cunning warrior, and to the last was he a dear, dear friend. And now to play upon his natural sense of self-importance, so to draw him near to thoughts of Jedi training for himself. I hear thou art a pilot skilled as well. This calleth to my mind a gift I have for thee. Thy father hath desired that thou shouldst have this weapon when thou wert of age. Thine uncle, though, would none of it, so feared he that thou might adjoin with Obi-Wan upon a fool's crusade or devil's task, just as thy father hath when he was young. Dear sir, if thou dost need me not, I shall shut down upon the present moment here. Why speaketh he here when 'tis my time to speak? These droids of protocol are e'er uncouth of etiquette. They know but little troth. Pray tell, what is it? Thy father's lightsaber. It is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. If thou in thine own hand could hold a sun, then thou wouldst know the power of this tool. Not merely random, neither awkward like a blaster. Nay, the lightsaber maintains a noble elegance, a Jedi's pride. 'Tis something for a civilized new age. Now holdeth Luke the weapon in his hand, and with a switch the flame explodes in blue. The noble light Luke reverence doth command. That instant was a Jedi born anew. Now doth the Force begin to work in him. For many generations Jedi were the guarantors of justice, peace, and good within the old Republic, ere the dark times came and ere the Empire gan to reign. How hath my father died? Oh, question apt. The story whole I'll not reveal to him. Yet may he one day understand my drift, that from a certain point of view it may be said my answer is the honest truth. A Jedi named Darth Vader. I, a lad whom I had taught until the evil turned, did help the Empire hunt and then destroy the Jedi. Now the hardest words of all I'll utter here unto this innocent, with hope that one day he shall comprehend. He hath thy father murdered and betrayed, and now our Jedi nearly all extinct. Young Vader was seduced and taken by the dark side of the Force. The Force? The Force! The Force doth give a Jedi all his power, and 'tis a field of energy that doth surround and penetrate and bind all things together here within our galaxy. In hearing this wise man, I have almost my errand quite forget. Now to my work. Beep, 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 squeak, beep, beep, wee, whistle, wee! A And now, my little friend, shall I attempt to find out whence thou came, and to discern the reason wherefore thou hast left thy home, for lands unknown, a mission to pursue. He hath a message played. Thus have I found. Dear General Kenobi, many years ago thou served my noble father in the Clone Wars. Now he beggeth thee to come again and aid him in his struggle with the Empire. Sadly may I not be there with thee in person, my request to give. My ship of late hath fallen under siege, and thus my mission, bringing thee unto my cherished planet Alderaan, hath failed. Yet have I deep within the memory banks of this brave R2 unit stored the plans most vital for Rebellion's victory. My father can retrieve the plans therein, but I must ask of thee to take the droid and bring him unto Alderaan with care. The desperate hour is now upon us. Please, I beg thee, sir. Oh, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help! Thou art mine only hope. The message ends, then doth a silence fall. While Obi-Wan his duty contemplates, young Luke considers whether fate doth call. Aye, in this moment, destiny awaits. The boy doth hear and hath taste of fire new burning in his ears. Now shall I play the part of fuel and gently stroke that fire. Thou must be taught the Force, if thou wouldst come away with me and go to Alderaan. Nay, Alderaan? This man hath many charms, and now it seems to me that I have been these many hours under some great spell that he hath cast. Nay, I must hence back home. 'Tis late, and Uncle Owen shall be vexed if I do not return to him ere long. And now it must be done, or else 'tis lost. I need all thy help, Luke. So doth she. For such adventures I have grown too old. Nay, nay, I should not be involved, dear friend. Much work there is to be completed yet, and as the seers say true, a crop without its harvester is like a dewback sans its rider. Verily, I loathe the cruel and noisome empire. Yet nothing against it have I power to do at present. Fie, 'tis also far, far distant from this place. Thus speaks thine uncle through thy lips, not thee. Mine uncle. Oh, mine uncle! How shall I to him explain this matter? Tell me how. Come now with me and learn the Force, dear Luke. Now I am split in twain by fate's sharp turns, two paths. The one toward adventure leads, the other taketh me back to my home. I have for all my life longed to go hence, and now this Obi-Wan hath reason given. Why should I leave my Tatooine and fly unto the stars? Aye, he hath told me of the powerful Force, and yet another force doth pull me home, the force of duty and responsibility. I would go hence, would fly today, and ne'er look back again, except Beru and Owen are my true and loyal family. 'Tis settled then, I stay on Tatooine, until the time when I may leave with clear, unfettered soul. I shall take thee as far as Anchorhead. From there mayest thou find transport to wherever thou goest, aye, throughout the galaxy. Thou must hold with thy conscience, it is true. Whate'er thou thinkest right, thou shouldst do.